I know, jamming out to the intro.
Love it. Love it. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Inside the Booth. I'm your host, Dan Arena. And over here we have.
Dreaming Tabitha.
All right. Yes, don't forget to vanquish that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ding the bell button. Ding. You got to ding it with a flick. Flick the bell button. So, before we get started, let's say hello to everybody that's on right now. We have Phil TMNT. He was early, and he says he's bragging because he was the first person in there.
That's right.
Phil, thanks for being the first person.
Hats off to Phil.
Yeah, that's right. Hats off. Kaylee says she's early too. Yay. We got Rogue Disney. What's up? Howdy, y'all.
He's a lurker.
He's gonna lurk, exhausted from the parks today. Just got home. Well, we're happy to have you lurking. Yes. Also a troubled green. Also another lurker.
Another lurker.
Yep.
At least they're not weirdos. We know these people.
Yeah, that's right. You love this movie. Yes.
Yeah.
This is a good movie. Custom order for my shop. Okay.
She has a nice Etsy shop.
That's right. As long as you listen to us, you don't have to really watch us. That's all.
Are you kidding? I don't get this. I don't get this dressed up just so you can listen to me.
Oh, right. Right. I mean, look at me.
Makeup is expensive.
I'm Ellen Quartermain. Sean Connery. We got Uncle Mike. Yeah, we got Uncle Mike in the house. What's up, Uncle Mike? If you did not see that, Uncle Mike, sorry, you'll have to rewatch this. JT Gunter, he says, "Hey everybody." He could probably stick around for a little bit. That's good.
Excellent.
We got Sketchy Guy. By the way, Sketchy Guy just did his 100th video. 100. Congratulations. Go watch it. It's pretty funny. You have a couple people from here on Inside the Booth. Besides me, unfortunately, I didn't get to do my video. Sorry, Sketchy Guy.
What?
Next time.
On your 200th video. So just make, a couple hundred.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, do it. Get to 100 more so I can do it. Not only did he say what does he miss, he says maybe he can stay the whole time today. That'd be fun. We got R2 the Icky.
R2.
What's up, Ricky? And then here we go. Whitey's Wicked Workshop.
Whitey, he would not leave me alone yesterday. I'm working on a project, Whitey. You know how hard it is to tape stuff off when someone's bothering you via text?
Fun.
You're all good. It's okay.
Yeah. And then we got Lulu. What's up, Lulu? Let's see here. Sketch Guy says, "Thank you guys. Almost 100 views. 100 views on your 100th video. That'd be awesome."
Cool.
That is cool. It'll probably surpass your 100 views though. Just to let you know. Shoo, skyrocket. So today, before we get started, don't forget to subscribe. I already said subscribe. Visit our website, www.insidethebooth.tv.com, and get yourself beautiful mugs, hoodies that Tabitha has, and we got neck gaiters, and we can do a mask if you really want a mask. You don't have to, but we got masks. Just, if you really have to wear one, support us. That's all I'm saying.
You don't really have to wear one.
No, you well, I mean, those Californians, they think they have to. So, what else? What else do we have? Koozies, and nothing is next to me. I don't know why. Koozies, make sure you're cozy. Coming soon, flamethrowers.
Or at least the flame logo.
Or a flame logo. That's right.
Yeah.
We got a campfire coming soon to the t-shirts.
Gotta have those campfires.
No, Whitey, I did not get the extra large shirts yet. I'm
Oh,
so
he said
sorry.
3X at the
Well,
bottom.
right,
Maybe.
right, right. I know what he meant.
Oh,
No, we did not get the big shirts yet. Even Ricky's looking for the tall and big ones too. So yeah, sorry guys. I don't know which one it is on the Teespring store, so I just need to take some time to look through all the shirts to find it, and then
I
I'll
would think
make
they
it.
would provide that size. I would think
You
so.
would think so, yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
common size.
it is.
Oh,
Avery Cruz, hello.
hey,
I
Avery.
know you
I
said,
see that Dax apparently hurt himself or something like that. I
oh,
haven't been able to read
did
all the chat there, but he said he
oh
has to
he's
wear
got
a
to wear a
boot for
boot.
4 weeks. Oh, I'm sorry
Oh,
that something happened, Dax.
nice. Yeah, sorry, Dax. Jesus heals him. Amen. So that's right. That's right, Tabitha. What else we got? Okay, so
Doing dap for Jesus.
that's right, Dab.
Broke 2 bones in his left foot. Ooh,
Ouch. That
sorry about
sucks.
that.
Classic. What are we talking about? Classics. Oh, this movie's a classic. It is a
And,
classic.
I
It's
think
from
they're talking to each
2003.
other.
Oh, are they?
I don't know.
All right, so Tabitha, we have this cool movie. Can I hand
Oh,
it off to you?
you
You know,
can.
maybe you can take it from here.
Yeah,
Here you go.
thank
There
you.
you go.
Oh,
Look
look,
at
it
that. You're
switched over to the widescreen too. I saw that you
yeah.
had. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh,
Would you
look at
like it back?
that. No, that's all right.
Okay.
I don't remember which way to go.
We worked hard on that, guys. We're so happy that worked out.
Okay. Oh, class. He was saying classic T-shirts are up to 4X
Okay.
for the classic logo. Okay, but you want the logo of Sketchy Guy logo.
Oh,
Yes, we'll have to. I'll have to look and see which one that one is, and I'll do that. Rogue Dixie says he's semi-awake for this. Really enjoyed this movie. The portrayal of Hyde was great, and Nemo was very unique take.
yes, I
Yes, it
agree.
was. So yeah. So, anyways, we are doing the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen
Plus one woman.
because
Got to throw that
they're
out there that you can't see me.
extraordinary. Oh, that's true.
Plus one.
Well, she was extraordinary too. Didn't you hear the guy? He's like, now that's extraordinary.
Extraordinary. Right.
They had to say that a couple of times in the movie. I don't know why.
Right. In case we missed the memo about the
Yeah.
title of the film.
Yeah. It's not called The League. It's called The
Right.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Exactly.
Wait, wasn't Dan in that movie? Yeah, I mean, look at my hat, you know? I mean,
He's just a
I was
younger
in that movie.
version. Look, you're a mix of Dorian Gray and Alan Quartermain because you're
Yeah.
younger than Alan Quartermain, but you're dressed like him. So
Right. Kind of have half of it going on here.
there you go.
That's right. LXG. Yes, that is the abbreviation. LXG. Not that everybody's going to know that if you
I
talk
didn't know
about it on
that.
Twitter.
I'm not
you
in
know?
the know.
Yeah. Well, I just figured it out, you know.
I thought he was talking about
X for
shirt sizes, and I'm
extraordinary.
like, I don't know what that is. Large, extra, giant. I know he's supposed to be a tall guy, so I'm like, I don't know that size.
JT says he has not seen this movie in years upon years. Oh,
It's been a
JT, you
couple of
should
years.
revisit it. You know, there are some things in the movie that, you know, you're like, wish they could have done better. But you know what? For 2003, I
Right.
think it's pretty decent, you know.
Mhm.
Got to remember 2003, you had, wasn't, I can't remember the name of it, Star Wars, the second movie, Attack of the Clones? Is that what it was? Attack of the Clones?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. That came out in 2003, right?
I don't remember. I don't keep track of dates.
Oh.
Let's see. I'm working on it.
I was 20. Haha.
Oh, I'm
Ricky,
on it.
you were 20. Yes, in 2003.
It was
I think I was
2002.
Oh,
The
okay. I
Attack.
was off by 1 year. Sorry about that. Um,
Thank you, Avery.
oh, blushing. Um, yes, Phil, we got that. Thank you. Let's see here. Now, I believe I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this, but I believe this was Sean Connery's last movie he made, wasn't it? Um,
We'll find out. I mean, I'm on it.
yeah. I think this was Sean Connery's last movie.
Apparently, he was not very happy with this film.
This
There were a lot of
film, he didn't understand this movie. Just like he didn't understand Lord of the Rings. That's why he
right.
said no to
That
Lord of
was
the Rings,
pretty cool.
yes to this because he realized Lord of the Rings went big, and he was like,
Although
"Well,
I'm
I guess
super
if I don't
glad that
understand it, I'll just
I'm
do it
super well,
anyways."
which is kind of surprising. I guess it's a stereotype. My bad, but I just think because the fact that he's from over there, like the UK and all this kind of stuff. That with the Lord of the Rings being piece of strong literature over there. I guess he just didn't get on board with it. Maybe he never read it or something like that. I don't know. I'm just kind of surprised that it wasn't, I guess, his thing. And then, although I'm glad that Christopher Lee
Yeah,
took the job. I think he was great.
yeah, he did
Great.
a great job.
You're right. It was his final film. That's surprising. I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, 2003 was his. I wish we could have gotten another film before Sean Connery passed away.
Yeah, I know.
Like in
I know.
2016 or 17, that would have
That
been
would have been
great.
pretty cool.
But
Yeah.
apparently nobody wanted him anymore. And I
I
know
don't
he
know
was
why.
retired. I think he was retired too.
Oh,
So he
okay. So
was
he
like,
actually stuck to his guns and stayed retired.
yeah, yeah, I think so. Sketchy guy said he was sorry he dropped out. He's back. Sorry. Please forgive him.
We'll try.
Yes, yeah, we'll
Try.
forgive you.
Hey,
Um,
Tim.
Tim, that's right. Tim's talk. Kylo Tim, what's up?
Yeah, I tell you what, he
Um,
hits it up on Twitter all the time. I'm like, every time I scroll, there's like a new TikTok from Tim. Like that dude is on it.
Tim is on it. That's right. He wants some TikTok followers. You're still in high school in 2003, Rogue. That's cool. I think 2003. I was 22, 21, something like that.
I was not.
Yeah, JT said he was 22 or 23. Yeah, it's vague. Whatever. Me too. I don't want to do the math. I don't want to think about it right now. So, yeah.
Sip
By the way,
phosphorus.
I got some awesome apple cider in my drink.
I like your flagon there.
You like that?
No dragon on that flagon, but not
No,
even a
it's
vessel with a pestle.
no.
No
It's
chalice with a palate. Does it contain the brew that is true?
no. It's apple cider. And I
That's
like
true
apple
enough.
cider. Yeah, that's right. It's true enough. I like this time of year because they have apple cider everywhere. I'm an apple cider guy.
I like apple cider if I'm out and about. Like it's kind of like a special or a novelty drink for me. I don't mind it, but like I prefer if I'm going on a hayride or if I'm going to Tanglewood to see the lights or something like
There you go.
that.
Hey, right.
I prefer having it as an outdoor beverage rather than just because it's September. That's just me.
Right.
Drinking maple syrup.
Drink maple syrup. No maple syrup in this one.
Oh, could you imagine? That'd be like that movie Elf. I can't handle that when he's like drinking this. Oh,
Yeah, and then he goes, "Oh, you put syrup in your coffee. Oh, I should do that."
I could
And then
handle
he
that
gets
better than
drunk
straight up or
because he's
on
drinking
putting it on
alcohol.
spaghetti. Oh my goodness. But oh my goodness.
Whitey says he did
A voiceover.
a voiceover, but yes, it was his last movie.
What a great voice.
I wonder what movie he did the voiceover for. Whitey, tell us.
Yeah, Whitey, do some homework.
Yeah, do us some homework. Tell us what movie
Use the
he did the
introvert.
voiceover. Yeah. Elf would put maple syrup on his pineapple pizza. Yes, he
Little
probably would.
shiver.
And a lot of candy. on top of it as well. Gotta sprinkle all that candy on there.
Yes, Dax. Glühwein. My mom makes that homemade. We don't put alcohol in it, but it's amazing.
Nice. I need to try it. I haven't had it.
It's so good. Fresh cloves and cinnamon
Yeah, I
sticks
want to
in
try
the stuff.
the. I don't know if anybody remembers, but R2 tagged me in a thing, and he said he sees me drinking this out of this, and it was butterbeer, and
Ooh,
you
I've
can
not
make
had
it.
that.
And you can make it non-alcoholic butterbeer. So I'm gonna try that. The
I would hope
non-alcoholic.
that it's non-alcoholic because the kids in Harry Potter were drinking it all the time. Maybe that's the reason they thought they could do magic.
That's it.
The whole time they
They're
really
always drunk.
That's why nobody knew about the wizarding world because it really didn't exist. The kids were just all drunk.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Rogue
Oh,
Disney says they have dragon fruit
dragon.
cider.
That sounds refreshing.
That's cool. Not apple cider. Sorry. Apple cider's pretty good though.
It is good.
I'm drinking a drive-through red beer. Okay. Not sure what that is.
Me neither.
But hey, if you can drive through and get one, why not?
Yeah, interesting.
Red beer. Is that like birch beer? Almost like a root beer, but it's like it tastes a little bit different. Anyways, I don't know. You guys have ever had birch beer before? It's like root beer, but
That
a little
barks.
different taste. Barks has bite. Anyways, let's get on this movie, shall we? Since that's why
Oh
we're
look, I have
supposed to
one
be here.
too.
Oh,
It
look.
was all a facade.
I didn't really pass it to her.
That's that movie magic we all know and love.
That's right.
That's how George Lucas would have done it.
That's right. The Maker. Hello, The Maker. And they
Oh,
said butterbeer is awesome. Sweet. That's good because I'm going to try some. Oops.
he's got a
Oops.
house renovating channel.
Does he? The Maker?
Mhm. The maker.
Oh, nice. I'll have to subscribe to you if I'm not already there because I like watching people fix houses.
Yeah.
I do a little bit of dabble in fixing houses myself. Not lately, like a couple of years back when I was renovating my mother-in-law's rental that we're trying to get the tenants out because they haven't paid for a year or so. Yeah, pretty crazy stuff. Anyways, um, gonna have some Star Wars stuff too. Good, good, good. I don't know if you know, we have Whitey from Whitey Wickish Workshops. He has a Star Wars room. We also got
Dennis.
Black Market Outpost.
Right.
That's right, Dennis. He's got a room, and who?
I can't remember Ron's.
Yeah, CG Artist, I think it was. He's got a room, and who's the guy we just had on? I forgot his name.
We've had several of them. And then there's 8 of
I just saw his name too today.
It's terrible.
And he
There's so
said-
many of them. I
And
can't
he
remember
said
all of them.
thanks. He said thanks to me for, oh man, I can't even
The
remember
camper
name.
guy.
Oh yeah, and then we got the camper guy.
And then Docking Bay, what is it? 326?
327.
Something like that.
Yeah. Docking Bay
There's so many of them. And either I remember them by their username or I remember them by their actual name, and I just can't seem to get them together. But anyway.
Gotcha. Seth, yes. Seth was the camper. And then we got Sean. Try to finish something.
Yes, that's
Oh
great.
man, yeah. Oh, we have so many. There is so
And they're
many.
all great.
They are all great.
So talented.
They are. He's doing a kitchen remodel right now. Oh, nice. Rogue Disney. Kitchens are fun. I like the Italian sink
the
look.
tub.
Like they
Okay.
have those
Like
little
deep.
tub things, deep
Yeah.
tub thingies. Instead, yeah. I can't explain it. Yeah, that thing is
The thing that runs water, looks like a tub,
and
holds
it's
water.
and
You
yeah.
wash things in it.
you can wash. I love it. Anyways, so yeah, Alan Quartermain. This actually has a lot of the like the people in it. What do you call them besides extraordinary gentlemen? Like their
Like
names. You got
fictional characters.
yeah, like the
Hmm. Well, yeah,
fictional, but
because
the like the
like
stuff, like
books, like from
vampire books
oh
and
yeah, well because you have the Invisible Man from H.G. Wells, The Invisible Man, great book by the way,
right,
and then Captain
right.
Nemo. Was it? Is that 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
Yeah, I think so. I
I
think that
haven't read
was
that one yet. Then you have
that
Tom
that was
Sawyer,
pirate.
you know,
Yep, Tom Sawyer. Yep,
and of course Alan Quartermain, and then you
yep.
have Mina Harker, who was from Dracula, and then you have
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and then Dorian Gray, and then you also get as the villain Professor Moriarty from the Sherlock Holmes
Yes.
franchise. It was pretty interesting because this movie is based off of a comic book set of like graphic novels, which was based off of a film in the 60s, which was then based off of a novel in the 50s. So, like, this
Oh,
has quite a few adaptations. And apparently, the following for A League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, they weren't happy with the fact that they introduced Tom Sawyer in there. Apparently, he's not really part of the original story, if I'm not mistaken, but they
mm,
wanted to try to include some kind of American fiction into it.
right.
And so that's why he was thrown in there as the FBI agent, which I think was
Right.
kind of cool. I'm not
Yeah, it
familiar
was
enough with all the originals to be one of those people that it's like, oh, it's not by the, by the book
by
if
the
or by
book.
the old film. I thought that was a nice little touch. Never thought of
Yeah,
Tom Sawyer as an FBI agent, but
right.
it's kind of cool.
Dorian Gray. Did we miss Dorian Gray? Is that
No,
why I
I
skipped you
mentioned
guys to that?
him.
Oh,
I
did you
mentioned.
mention him? All right.
Mhm.
Um. So, yeah, and you know what? And a lot of people didn't like this movie. This is kind of a move, one of my guilty pleasures. They call it, right? You kind of watch it once in a while, and you still like it because
On a
it's
rainy day.
yeah, it's cool. It's fun. It's like a
Yeah,
fun movie.
it's an easy
Um,
watch.
yeah, definitely. And it's not too boring, uh
Not too boring.
not too
Just enough.
boring.
Just enough.
um I'll be honest with you. I have to come clean. I was supposed to watch this last night. I didn't.
You
I
didn't.
watched it like an hour and a half before we even got on this podcast, and I'm like sitting there watching it going starting to fall asleep. I go, I better turn on my alarm on my phone just in case I do fall asleep. But I didn't.
I watched this in two parts. I watched half of it yesterday before I did some gaming, and then I watched it today when I got home. So. But I mean, I'd seen it before. This wasn't my first time. This is probably the third time that I've seen it.
Right. Yes, The Maker. It is one of those cheesy and weird movies, but awesome all at the same time.
Yeah,
That's right.
I kind of like this movie because of the fact, and this is kind of going into the cinematography a little bit, but is the fact that it's kind of dark and gritty without being so dark and gritty like The Matrix or even like
Hmm.
the Underworld movies, which were made in the
Yeah.
same year that this movie was. Matrix was made in 1999, and that I mean that was a lot of grit and darkness and green colors everywhere,
Yeah.
and so I kind of like the fact that this was, like I said, like it was dark and gritty, but not so dark and gritty that it was kind of scary to watch. You
Right.
didn't
Right.
you don't necessarily have to avert your eyes because you're afraid
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
something.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like one of those creepy
Yeah,
movies.
just enough creepiness to be enjoyable, but not freak you out.
Yeah. Exactly. We got Miss Martin Muse.
Muses. Hello, welcome
How are
aboard.
you?
We
Thank
see
you.
you.
What'd she give? It was like a wave and a
It's a
flower.
wave and a flower. Thank you.
Sweet. Thanks for the flower. Is that flower for me, or is it for Tabitha?
It's for you, Dan. Look how good you look tonight.
I know I look good tonight, right?
All
Come on,
dapper.
guys. I don't know. This vest is weird. I don't like it. I have to buy a new one. It like gets too thin at the top there.
Oh,
I
guys look
like
good in
I like them a
vests.
little
They
bit.
should wear them more often. It's like a
Yeah,
really
yeah.
simple way of dressing up without getting too uncomfortable.
Right, exactly. Dapper Dan. Yes,
Dapper
Dapper
Dan.
Dan.
I like it.
Um,
That's your rap name.
yeah. Um, yeah. So, anyways, I'll get to Dapper Dan later. I actually used to have some Dapper Dan hair gel stuff.
Or
Uh,
two.
Pomade. That's what it's called. So pomade. Wait, Tabitha describing the movie just now,
No, or her
or
fans. Creepy, but not too creepy. Depends on the day or two.
that's funny.
No. Hashtag
Dapper
blessed.
rapper Dan. No, I don't rap. Sorry, unless I'm rapping presents.
Oh, that was
I
a
don't. I
straight up dad joke. But that was
don't.
brilliantly timed and there was no pause. I mean, it was
That's right.
nice. Nice.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. But yeah, I mean, I know we're going to go a little bit deeper into all of our little
Yeah, yeah. All right, so we can
motions,
get
but
hit the
like
plot. Yeah,
overall, I liked it.
yeah. Overall, I like the movie. Also, yes. The cinematography part is what kind of gets me a little bit. But knowing that it's
Always
back in
does.
2003. Um. Anyways, let's hit the plot real quick.
Okay.
You can go first there, Tabitha.
So yeah, it's an alternative Victorian age world. So it's got some like
Yep.
steampunk elements
Was
to it.
1899. Yeah.
Right.
Steampunk.
Steampunk elements to it, which, really I think it ties in pretty brilliantly with, the Captain Nemo, with all of that stuff, with Dracula and all of that, and Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Like it worked. I think that combining these characters was a really unique and brilliant thing. Not just, I mean, obviously it came before this movie, but having not known that when I watched this film, right? So I'm going to have
Hmm.
to talk about this film before I even knew that it was a
Hello,
book series.
Namans. Just
And
Namans.
I really enjoyed this film because for me, again, not knowing that it already had so much of a history, I thought this was like a breath of fresh air just as a different kind of movie. I've never seen anything like this before, combining fictional
Hmm.
characters like this into a movie and letting it phase out. So I couldn't tell you how great it was if I was comparing it to the book. Never
Now,
read it,
right.
but
Now, honestly, I think this would be a cool one of those cool franchise type movies where you get
I
all
think
the
it would have been a really good
single
TV show.
person movies and then like bring them
Yeah.
all together,
Yeah,
or a
that or
TV
a
show. Yeah,
TV
that
show. I
too.
think this would have made a really good TV show. I think they could
Yeah,
do a great job with that even now if they just,
yeah.
of
Somebody
course, would
should.
we
Hey, Netflix, if you're watching this, you should get
well, I
hit
don't
this
trust
up.
Netflix anymore. All they
Oh
make is
no. Okay.
MA or Y7 stuff.
Okay. All right. Not Netflix. Who's a good streaming service that could do a good job with this? Probably
I
none,
mean,
right?
Amazon could do a good job with this, but again, you just got to be careful because everybody's stepping their toes into that wokeness. So if you could keep that out of this film, it would
Right.
make a really good TV show. And I mean, Netflix could produce a really good TV show like this. It's just that they swing either one way this way or way too far that way. It's either made for children or it's made for adults with weird um, fetishes.
Yeah. That's true.
No judgment. I'm just saying. But but yeah, so like the plot is good. So the plot basically, you've got all of these fictional book characters that came from their own stories, different authors, and they combined them into an adventure where
Apple
World War
TV.
Three, was it two? No, the First World War. That's what it is. I'm getting my
Yeah,
ears.
it's supposed to
Yeah,
be the First World War, but it looks more like almost like a World War II scenario, not a
because
World
of the
War
Victorian
One
era
scenario.
stuff. So, but yeah, they're
Yeah,
trying to. The
so
evil
it's
guy
so
is
weird.
trying to start off the world war, and so he gets all of these, if you will, what would you call them, superhero-ish kind of people together to form a league of extraordinary gentlemen, and to try to save the day, but not knowing that the bad guy, spoiler guys, the bad guy turns out
Well,
to
this
be
whole
the guy.
thing's spoilers.
Right,
If you don't,
the bad
if nobody knows that Inside the Booth is all about spoilers, then I
spoilers.
guess you haven't been here long enough.
So the bad guy turns out to be the man that recruited the league, and they're basically kind of a
Yeah.
diversion to jumpstart the world war. And he's trying to steal all the elements that make these people unique. He's trying to, so Wilhelmina Harker, if you don't know anything about Dracula, it's a kind of an off spin branch of that book where she becomes a
Mhm.
vampire, so he steals her blood. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, because he turns into basically the Hulk. He
Yeah,
steals,
basically.
basically it's where the Hulk comes from. He
Yeah,
steals the
that's right.
potion that makes him into the Hulk, and the Visible Man, he steals his skin so that he can figure out how to become invisible so that they
Copy the
can create
DNA or something. Yeah.
basically, yeah, create either a superhuman or sell, like reproduce it and sell it to mass market, because a lot of times during war people create weapons and stuff just so they can get rich. So that's kind of what this film is about, and just exploring these fictional characters and how they would solve this problem.
Mm-hmm. Got R2 saying this sounds a little bit like Watchmen. Yeah, but
I
Watchmen
haven't
was a
seen
little.
that film.
That was kind of long, so I didn't watch the whole thing. That was kind of boring to me. Um, let's see here. Rogue says title's problematic for Disney. Oh,
Oh, for
because it says
Netflix.
gentleman on it, or yeah,
Right.
Netflix. Sorry,
Right.
because the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
It would be the League of Extraordinary People, or persons. That's what it would be.
Birthing people.
Person. Not all of them.
No, I know. I'm just
I would say Sean
no.
Connery's
Some
past his
of those.
prime.
Past this. Um, yeah, no, that's good. I like the plot though.
Yeah, I like
I
the
think
plot.
they did well. Yeah, it could have been a longer movie. I'm glad they didn't really make it longer.
Yeah.
Um, just because it would have gotten into that boring side. But definitely it could be longer. Like you said, it would be a great TV show.
TV show. Yeah.
You know, gentle persons. Yeah,
Gentle
you're right.
person. Doesn't that sound awful? Gentle persons. I know when you say
Yeah.
gentleman, we're familiar with this word. It has some elegance to it. But when you say gentle persons, I just imagine like a nursery full of whispering women or something. Gentle
Right.
persons.
Oh, so
It's right. It's okay. The storm will
don't
pass.
don't rub too hard.
Oh, now that's just creepy, Dan.
No, sorry. I
Sorry.
dig the car. Yeah, the car was cool.
Yes, the car was really cool. I don't know what that was, and it would be ridiculous to own one, but how cool was that
But
car?
yeah, that was pretty sweet.
I do have to say, like, I guess that goes with part of the storytelling, like, kind of building in with the plot and stuff like that, is the fact that there were some discrepancies that were silly, like, nonsensical, that don't make sense. Overall, again, I enjoyed this movie, but like when the Nautilus comes up, and they decide to traverse the channels of Venice, Italy, in a submarine that is like a
Hey,
football field long.
Na- right. Naaman's changed his name to the
The
Naaman's the
true
extraordinary gentleman.
nice.
That's great.
Kind of like
Love it.
Jedi switching his name for whatever it needs to be.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm surprised he's not here tonight.
I know, right? He's probably watching some other streamers.
That's right.
But, stuff like that was kind of silly to me, because when the Nautilus first showed up, I mean, we're talking a football field sized submarine, and they're trying to take that through the channels of Venice, Italy.
Yeah,
And
that was
I love
crazy.
how
That
they
was
get
kind of
stuck, and he's like,
so
"We can
out of
go no further." Well, yeah,
yeah.
because you
And
can't turn around.
then they all jump out.
Like, how do you plan to get that submarine out of the channels of Venice, Italy, if we can go no
they,
further? You can't just
they
turn.
back up. They back up. Must be. They got a nice backup camera, so they can do
Well,
it
you
very easily.
notice that they're stuck inside of the channel, and then as
Right.
soon as they need to leave, because the submarine is going down, they're under attack, and the next scene they're out in the middle of the ocean, springing out of the water.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but
How that happens. But and then there
they
was the other
wanted to
thing.
move the movie along, I think.
Well, yeah, which I get that. You're just kind of like, if you're critical, you notice that if you're just enjoying the movie. But the other thing was too is like, so Alan Quartermain, he got stabbed above the heart, and that's okay.
Right.
It's all good. He made it. At the end of the film, he got stabbed in the shoulder on the opposite side and died. And I'm like, it
Well,
kind of reminded.
didn't he
Hmm?
get stabbed in the back there where the heart
No,
is? So it
that
went
was
all the way through? No?
no.
Oh, so it was on the other side? Must have
So I thought
punctured a lung.
it just kind of reminded me of that Drake meme where it's kind of like, looking at something, no, I don't like it. Doing something else, yeah, that's okay. So that's kind of how this was. It was like being stabbed by the heart, or being stabbed in the shoulder. No, that's not okay. Being stabbed
Yeah.
above the heart, it's all good.
Extraordinary pronouns. Yeah.
What? Yeah.
What do I have? Because Sketchy Guy
Somebody
says he
said
has
he
one.
has a car.
The car. the car, the
If
car
Whitey has a
to
car
the.
like that, I'll be super impressed.
Hey, Whitey, you live in Pennsylvania. If you do have a car like that, I'm coming over. You're
They
not
see
too
me
far from me.
rolling. Yeah.
That's right.
And one last thing that I noticed about this film, where that seemed to be kind of a reoccurring thing in the film, where certain things would happen that didn't either make like that didn't make sense. And so, like near the end of the film, when Mina is going to go visit Dorian Gray, you notice when she gets off of the submarine, her hair is straight, and then when she goes and confronts Dorian Gray, her hair is in like perfect ringlets. And then as soon as she deals with him, her hair is straight again. And Dan is sticking his tongue out at the chat. He doesn't like you anymore. He's over it. He's done. Just kidding. Dan would never do that. Obviously, his internet is having some issues. So, just to reiterate what Dan had said in the beginning, please be sure to like and subscribe to this channel and ring the little notification bell so you get updated on all of our videos. We upload live Sundays and Tuesdays at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every week, unless something special comes up. But we are so happy that you guys are on board to watch us regularly. We appreciate the regulars and the new people that come on board. And it's just been a pleasure to be a part of this group here. Thank you for 400 plus subscribers to the channel. That is excellent. And I forget how many we have on Twitter, but if you don't follow us on Twitter and you want to keep on the up and up, you can also find us there at Inside the Booth and join the community. We all get together and support one another on Twitter as best as we can. It's a really awesome community. If you're not a part of it, you should be. And if you don't know and you're new here, I am an artist and I have my own channel known as Dreaming Tabitha. I'm also on Twitter. You can find me there and you can see updates on all of the artwork that I try to produce, or at least most of the artwork that I try to produce. And find me on YouTube where I create all kinds of things that I want to create if I can. I just recently finished a Jawa picture over here. You can find that over on Twitter. And behind that is a picture of Phil. You should look him up on Twitter so you can see him as a Jedi Chibi character. Dan, welcome back.
Hey, thanks. I don't know what happened. Somebody's messing with my internet
That's okay. I was doing shadow puppets to
upstairs.
keep everybody entertained.
Oh, were you? Oh, okay. Well, you can keep. You could have kept talking about the movie. That's fine too.
Oh, that's okay. I was just reminding everybody to like and subscribe and all of that good stuff. But
Oh, okay, cool.
I don't know what you heard before your
Um,
time. I looked over and you're like
yeah, I
sticking
don't
your tongue out at us, and I'm like, he doesn't like us anymore.
know. And I looked over and I was like, dang it, what the heck just happened to my internet? Yeah, I got shut off.
I was just saying that in the movie, if you notice that her hair changed depending on what she was about to do, and I'm just saying, I wish that my hair would do that.
Mm,
Like if I'm about to
well,
go confront an ex-boyfriend, I want to look fly. I want to look sleek with no effort. And then
that's right.
when I have to go attack people that are sabotaging my lifestyle, then my hair changes again without me having to do
Yeah, it was
anything.
kind of like a curliness or
Yeah, it
something
was all of a
to it.
sudden curly, and then when she killed him, it went back,
Yeah,
and then she met with the other dudes, the other gentlemen that were extraordinary. Her hair went back to being straight, and I'm like, what? They must have obviously filmed that in different sections, like it wasn't in order because that was
right.
ridiculous.
Or they knew that they were gonna do that, so they just that's what they wanted to do.
That's weird though. Like, why would you do that? Hey,
Hey,
look,
look, I'm
I'm
Dan.
Dan. There must be an emoji next to it that I can't see.
I don't know. uh, let's see here. I just want to look back at what everybody was saying. Anyways, yeah, I'm back to everybody. Thanks.
I just saw too that this movie was directed by the same guy who made the Blade films. So I like the fact that he also didn't make it as gritty as the Blade films. I never
Yeah,
watched all of
you know,
them,
in
you know.
right, and in the big, oh, that never mind. I will talk about that after acting. So, do we give plot a point?
I do. I think that
So do I.
not knowing anything about the comics and the other films, I liked it.
Right.
R2, stop snitching on me. Snitches get stitches, bro. R2's funny.
Okay. Mickey Mouse. Anyways,
Lies.
um, actually, if Dan didn't come back, I was going to see if uh, let's get Dax on here to have him
Dax would have needed to take
co-host.
time to put his makeup on. He wouldn't have been ready.
That's
His
right,
hair was not going to be like Mina's, where it got curly right away. So
up on his payments. That's right. All right, so let's talk acting. We
sure.
got the famous Sean Connery. Sean Connery here. Everybody, I'm Sean Connery. All right, Quebec. All right.
Well,
Anyways,
I went first on plot. You go first on acting.
acting and the other actors. I can't even remember all their
It's Sean
names.
Connery
I could
and the other
the
actors.
other actors. I actually have them
I
up
mean, it
here.
literally on my box only has his name at the top of it.
Yeah,
Like, you apparently don't even
mine
care
too.
about these other people,
Yeah,
even
we
though they're
got
other.
what's her name? Peta Wilson.
Peter Wilson.
Peta.
I think Peter Wilson.
Peta. Isn't that a
Peter.
isn't that a bread? Pita bread. Isn't that like a bread? That
It's spelled
flatbread.
Pita.
Oh, there you go. You got Stuart Townseed, Shane West,
Mm-hmm.
Jason Fleming
Fleming.
as Dr. Hyde, and
I dare you to
Jack
try
O'Leary.
Captain Nemo's name. I dare you.
Captain Nemo.
Yeah, the guy who
Oh,
played as Captain Nemo.
uh,
I
Nasiruddin Shaha. Nasiruddin Shaha.
That was
Is
better
that
than
how
I
you
thought it
say
was going to be, Dan, because I wasn't quite sure myself how to say it.
We got Tony Curran. We got Alan Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Richard
Roxburgh.
I, Roxburgh.
Roxburgh.
Okay. The guy who wrote the novels, Kevin O'Neill.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, he's like a co-writer, right?
Something
I
like
think
that.
so. Tom Goodman and David Hemmings as Nigel.
Nigel.
Poor Nigel died. He got shot right in the beginning. He was a good Nigel. I liked him. He's actually the guy that plays in what is it, Gladiator, right? He's the guy with the wig, and he's always doing the announcements for the arena and stuff.
Sure.
The
Oh, okay.
Coliseum.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I can tell by his eyebrows. They go up, and then
Exactly. He
his
has
voice is
iconic eyebrows.
yeah,
Yes.
they go up like that, and then his voice is kind of on the deeper side.
Yeah.
Um, Dan, can you say, of course,
Money.
Mrs. Moneypenny, in that voice? Of course, Mrs. Moneypenny. I don't know that. I'm Sean Connery. Of course, Mrs. Moneypenny.
He's got to always start off with like, and a lot of
Yeah,
actors
yeah.
have
You
to. They
gotta, you
have
gotta
to
have
start off with that
it.
one. It's like singing. You have to
Sean
have that
Connery.
one note in order to do the
All right,
rest of it.
here we go. Of course, Mrs. Moneypenny.
Yeah, he had an interesting way of speaking, didn't he?
Yeah. He was always like this.
Yeah.
Or something.
Like he's the
A
only
little bit
guy
deeper.
that could sound sexy while sounding like he's wearing dentures.
Yeah. Right.
If I'm being real,
My teeth are
because it didn't work for Danny Glover. So
Danny Glover. I'm getting too old for this.
man, when he got his dentures, you could hear it, like you're all over the
Oh,
place.
really? Oh.
Yeah, poor guy.
I guess I haven't seen his newer movies with dentures. I don't know what movie. What movie is that? What
I
movie
can't
is he in that he
remember.
does? You can't
Oh,
remember? Oh.
I can't remember which film it was in where you could tell he had dentures and they must have been new and he wasn't quite adjusted to it. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but you could tell. It was really kind of sad because he's such a great actor.
Yeah, he is. He is good. And you would think that actors like that would get those implants. Get them drilled in, all the teeth or whatever.
Make it stop.
And then they have regular teeth. If they're drilled in, right? She shells.
Well, maybe it just
She shells by the seashore.
she shells by the sheep. Exactly. That's pretty much how it would sound coming from Sir Sean Connery.
He sounds rough with his dentures. Shooter is the name of the movie. Okay, I'll have to go watch that.
Okay.
All right.
So
So all
acting.
these actors, I think they did a great job. I liked all of it. And if they didn't do such a hot job, I think just because it's a weird movie, it kind of fits. It doesn't. I don't know. It's just one of those things where they did good. I don't care.
Hmm.
They did
I
good.
don't care.
Yes.
They did. I don't care. It's not like it's
Rest in
my
peace,
job.
Sir Sean Connery. Yes,
Yeah.
that was like a
Yeah.
couple of years back, right?
Just a
Or
few.
a year,
Two
a year
years
or
ago.
two,
It
something like
wasn't
that.
2020, wasn't it? It was before.
Yeah. Now I have to really look.
You have to find out.
Yeah,
I
it was
like the acting
October. It
too.
was actually almost 1 year ago. He died
Oh, did
October 31st,
he did
2020.
die in 2020? Well, no wonder
Yep.
that year sucked.
Yeah,
Let
that's
alone the
right.
pandemic.
No, that's right.
It was because
That
Sean Connery
stupid
died.
pandemic.
Um, I like the acting too. There were a couple of times where the acting I don't want to say that the acting was stiff. I think it really had to do with the fact of some of their writing when they're all being introduced to one another.
Hmm.
It seemed a little bit gimmicky. It
Right.
wasn't to me, it wasn't quite as smooth as it could have been. Like they were trying to
I
subtly
think.
introduce one another, but they weren't being
Right.
subtle about it at all.
Right. I think some of that was because you had the guy, I forget which one it was, dressed in the green screen thing,
Oh,
and
Skinner. Yeah.
yeah, Skinner in there, and it's like, I guess because Sean Connery wasn't used to that stuff, he was kind of freaking out or something about it.
Or
I
like
don't
when
know.
he took him on the boat and tried to have him by the neck, and you could just tell he's like struggling with that green screen aspect. I mean, a lot of this movie was
Yeah,
done with the blue or the green screen. So I wonder if that
yeah,
threw, an actor as old as Sean Connery with all the stuff that he's had to deal with in his career. I wonder if that kind of threw him off a little bit. I mean, he
yeah,
still nailed it.
and,
Like he
and
did
I
a
think
great
right,
job.
he did a great job, and I think that's why he didn't really take on Lord of the Rings because he didn't understand how they were going to film it or
It's
how they were
possible.
going. He didn't understand the storyline, all that stuff, and he didn't understand all that. So he was like, I guess I'll pass. But
I mean that
in some of his interviews, you could tell he regretted it. You know,
yeah, yeah, seeing it all come together, but it's like, well,
yeah.
it's too
Well,
late. And yeah, I think
too late
like
now,
people say
pal.
it happens for a reason. And so I don't think
That's
he would
right.
have done a bad job. But didn't were they casting him for Sauron or for Gandalf?
I think he was casted for Gandalf.
Oh, I thought it was for Sauron.
No, I think
Okay.
it was for Gandalf.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he would have. I saw somebody in the chat say that earlier. I think he would have been a little too crotchety to be Gandalf. Not that necessarily Sean Connery's crotchety, but I just think he would have been kind of like that as
Yeah,
Gandalf.
and
I think
his
Ian
and
McKellen was the perfect
I think he
guy.
did a great job. Yeah, and yeah, if you think about it, some of those iconic um, quotes and stuff in Sean Connery's voice probably wouldn't have been that
Yeah.
great. you know,
Oh, I now I have to think about
just
that.
saying,
Like try to find some scenes and be like with his voice.
and
Yeah.
try to do his voice with those scenes. Yeah,
Could you imagine where he's like smoking on his pipe and he's like when Gandalf says whispers in the dark, voices in the ashes or something.
whispers in the
Whispers in the
dark.
dark. My precious. It just
Right. That's what R2 was thinking
oh,
too.
I knew somebody said
Yeah,
it. It
you
yeah.
shall not pass.
He just doesn't have the same energy for that.
Right,
It would
right.
have
And I
been
don't think he would have.
different.
I don't think he would have screamed like that. You shall not pass.
It's just
Because he it's not his kind of. I mean, if you watch
style.
his movies, that's not his style. He doesn't yell
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
he's a little bit
He's more
more
of like
under
a
the
like
like
double
radar
o
kind of.
seven. Just kind of like yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah. So
You
yeah, I
shall
give
not
acting
pass. That
that
would
I
have
know exactly. Trying to imagine him doing that, I can't do it.
yeah, the maker. He's like, not sure how I would have felt about seeing James Bond as Gandalf. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I mean, he probably wouldn't have done a bad job just because Peter Legolas. The reason why I don't think he would have done a terrible job is because Peter Jackson is a good director and he knew what he
Yeah.
wanted. But at the same time, exactly the whole thinking, well, how's that going to work out? And then it's saying Legolas instead of
Legolas.
Legolas. Hey, Legolas. Get over here. Go shoot these bad guys.
Right, exactly. Exactly, Sharon.
Sharon.
Or Sharon. Yeah, just too much of it. It's just, I'm
Yeah,
glad he
yeah,
didn't. Yeah, I'm glad he
yeah.
didn't. I give
It's
acting a
funny.
point, by the way. I
Yeah,
thought that
yeah,
they did
me
a good
too.
job, just
I
some
think
of
they
the
did a great
writing was
job.
a little bad.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's you know, and
But that
that's
happens.
that
But
happened,
I think they
especially in
pulled it off.
2003, and it's only an hour and 40-minute movie, so it's not like a long movie where they can really bring in dialogue,
Bring
you
out the
know.
characters and yeah.
Yeah, and draw it out and give them a more of a backstory. I
Right.
think they were just trying to throw it together. And 2003 was almost like, you can't go too long still, even though in Lord of the Rings did go long, but they still
Lord of the Rings was the
he's-
perfect amount of time, but I'm looking at miniature.
yeah, yeah.
Near
Miniature. He says he'll stop now. But yeah, exactly,
Oh
exactly.
my gosh.
But yeah, there we go. Anyways, I also give it a point. So
Okay.
all right, off to cinematography.
Yeah.
The best, the worst part of the movie. Best and worst part of the movie, I think. Um, you know, obviously the graphics. I like how they had the in the beginning. It looks like almost like a Batman type style movie where
Yeah.
the camera's coming down off of the
Mm-hmm.
into the city and stuff, and makes it look gritty. So it looks kind of comic booky, you know. Um, but at the same time, you're like, oh, it's supposed to be, and that was supposed to be London or something, right? If I remember correctly. No, Germany. I don't remember where it was
Yeah,
supposed to
something
be.
like that.
London. It was supposed to be London with the Germans coming in on the
Right. And Hyde was in Paris. Yeah.
right.
And Quartermain was in Africa.
Okay. Yep.
Triangle.
um. Yeah. 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 So, I mean, it was like some of the graphics were really bad, but it's 2003, and
At the same
it's
time,
like,
though, Lord of the Rings was made in 2001.
yeah,
So, but I think they must have had a bigger
yeah,
budget or something like that.
right. But there was one scene toward the middle-ish, endish part of it where it looked kind of Star Warsy, you know, with the lava that's in the thing, it pours out,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all the robots sitting in like a line and stuff like that. I was thinking, yeah, it's kind of Star Warsy right there,
Yeah.
and the graphics were kind of similar
Right.
in that scene, So
I mean, I think they were good for the time, believable. I mean, a lot of new stuff
right.
was coming out at that time, and Peter Jackson was taking cinema to like another level.
Yeah, he was actually making the graphics better.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did that because that was the same time period.
Yeah,
Uh,
and so I think that it was just it had to do with budget and like who was producing the movie. I
right.
mean, like yeah, the graphics weren't the greatest, but they were doable. I think especially for that time. Now we've elevated so much that obviously going back and looking at it, but I do remember years ago watching it, and the one scene that bothers me the most, yeah, exactly, it could have been like in a comic book feel for that,
Yeah. Yeah.
was when they do the underwater scene and they're looking at all of the pillars underneath, and you could tell that pretty much reminded me, you remember, Dan, you remember back in the day when
Hmm.
a computer screen would go to sleep mode and you had the screensavers and you had the pipes that would travel everywhere on the screen.
Hmm. Right.
That's what that reminded me of. I mean, that was about as good as the graphics were for underneath of there. Like, I mean, they were not good. And then they just put that filter of like bubbles to make it look like were shooting past in the water. Like, that was, to me, that was the worst scene in the film graphic wise because it was so bad. You could tell they were like,
Right.
this scene's not that important. We'll just do it really quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. And what was it? Mr. Hyde, right? The big
Mhm.
guy.
Yeah.
When he was under the water and his mouth is open, you're like,
And no
yay, I
bubbles were
did it,
coming out.
and no bubbles
Yeah.
coming out of his mouth, no bubbles anywhere. It was interesting. Um, another thing that really it kind of bothered me in the beginning when you see the Phantom the first time, he's got the thing, and you see his eye, and when he's
Hmm.
talking, they're focusing on kind of the eye
Right,
when
because
he's
he had all that
talking,
damaged skin
and
around it.
and and it's like the eye was talking because it was like going like this. It was going.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
That's
like
because he had that
right.
that prosthetic on, I think, and so it was dragging his eye every
But
time his mouth
but
would
but still, I mean, I mean, wouldn't you want to look kind of like toward his mouth ish? I mean, I
I didn't
understand they were
even
looking at the,
now
but
that you
the thing
mention
was
that,
just
I remember that. I didn't even pay
it was
attention
like
to it, but I did see that.
right, but it was like the eye was talking and not his mouth. You know, the eye was going, "No, come over here." You know,
That's true. That's funny.
so I
Oh,
mean, it was weird at first. You know, that part of it. It's just little things got me, but at the same time, I
yeah.
still enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where it's like this that part is really cheesy. It makes me mad, but it's cool.
Overall, yeah, I
You
liked
know,
it. It's
it's
kind of like
cool.
Van
It's
Helsing.
yeah,
Like I liked Van Helsing. Kind of
yeah.
the
Van
same
Helsing was
theme,
a year
but
after, and it
still
was
kind of
like
cheesy, you
yeah,
know?
exactly. Um, definitely, I think they could do like something cool to remake this movie like nowadays. You know, or like you said, TV show would be a
A
great,
TV show
great,
would be really
great
cool.
thing to do.
Yeah.
Um, just because now we got the technology, TV shows aren't that bad anymore, you know. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
the director Stephen Norrington, yes, said he would never direct another movie again after this movie.
Wow. Like maybe
That's
find new
pretty
people to
bad.
work with, you know.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's pretty
Maybe
bad. I mean, a director should be like, well, you know what? I made some mistakes.
learn, yeah.
Yeah, you learn from it and you move on and you go to the next movie. But if he really stopped making movies after this one,
That's
then I
really
feel
sad.
bad for the guy. Yeah,
It's really sad.
especially if this was like his passion thing to do was make movies.
Yeah, exactly.
But who knows? But you know what? It's so funny that now it's almost, you know, some people really love this movie and it's almost turning into like one of those cult classic type things, you
Well, I
know.
think also because again, it already had a big following prior to the film, with the film
Right.
and the comic books and the novel. So, I mean, this thing has every base covered. We just need a video game.
Right. A Star Wars style video game, Nintendo 64. Pew, 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 pew.
It's got exactly. This would definitely make a great like Nintendo 64 game. Or like a PC game like Lara Croft, Tomb Raider in the beginning, and missing all
Yeah,
blocks.
there you go. Yeah, yeah. That would be great. And you get to pick your character. Who do you want to be?
Or you
You
have
want
to
to be?
unlock them. You have to achieve them,
Yeah,
you
you got
know.
to. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think they did a good job with the Invisible Man, but
Yeah.
at the same time, when he's got the makeup around his whole head, and you
Hmm.
know, just because they didn't want to do the whole
Yeah.
half green screen. I think that was bad. They should have left it half green screen and then half makeup or something.
Maybe they just need
My
to save money or something.
that probably that probably was the reason why they didn't do it that way. But I think they should have because it would have been cooler to see it more like that.
See, I'm opposite. I think it was cool that they did a little bit of the green screen so you saw through his head to get that idea
Hmm.
that of him being invisible, but I didn't mind that they used practical effects and then just covered his head in the white makeup. Like that didn't bother me. I kind of liked that better myself personally.
Right. I think you should have shaved every time he did it though, because he's got
Yeah,
that
the
stubble,
whiskers.
you know.
Yeah, kind of like that. The guy who played his Joker. I always forget his name. The original one in the TV show.
Ramos, right?
Remo. Caesar Ramono. Ramon.
Romano, yeah, yeah, Caesar Romano
Yeah, that's kind of what it reminds me of with that white stuff all over the mustache.
mustache. But you know what? That worked for him. But I'm
It worked
saying
for him.
this movie, he should have just shaved the whole time
Yeah.
instead of having a little stubble there. Um,
I guess it
Caesar
added to his
Romano, you know, he's just
roguishness.
yeah,
He was too stubborn to shave his mustache. This guy, I don't
probably
know. I guess it just added, like I said, kind of the rogue. So,
yeah, something.
so do you give cinematography a point, Dan? Or half a point?
I want to, but I don't want to. You know, I mean, yes, I want to because it was 2003. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with a half a point.
What?
But I do. yeah, but I do like the movie, so I don't know.
Right,
I
right.
do like the cheesy graphics. I mean, it kind of reminds me of Star Wars cheesy graphics, but it's like I don't know. I want to.
I think it's a little bit of nostalgia too. Like we got
Yeah,
to see movies, we got to see them, like I said, enhance an evolution, the evolution process. And so it's like
right.
this was a good movie, even if it had cheesy graphics, because that's what we had to work with. And back in the day, I don't know about you, I was younger when this came out. You saw it and it was like, this is so cool. It's so realistic. I love the graphics because we didn't know any better.
Right, right. I like what the maker said. Probably had stubble because he couldn't see to
Couldn't see the
shave.
shave. Well, then wouldn't you
Well,
have had a
yeah,
beard?
I mean, that's true. He would have had a
Maybe,
beard, right?
maybe. I don't know. So do you give
But
it the half point?
yeah, I'll just give it the half point. Because I think they still could have done a little better with a little bit more practical
Yeah.
effects.
I
I
mean,
did
given the
like,
fact that, yeah, Underworld came out the same year, The Matrix had come out prior to that, and then of course
mhm,
Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I think they could have done a little bit.
done just
I'm
a
gonna
little
give.
bit better.
I mean, I already said my 2 cents earlier about how it's disturbed. It's not quite. I like the fact again that it's not quite as just dark and
Right.
disturbing as the other ones, even though it's trying to be grittier. But I'll give it the half a point as well, just because that scene with the tunnels. Now that could have been so much better.
Oh, with the tunnels, yeah.
Because again, that just nothing. I was looking for the teapot. I don't know if you know this, but the pipes, there was a hidden teapot pot in them if you stared long enough, and
Oh,
that's what that
really?
was. Yeah, that it was kind of like an Easter egg, and that's what that reminded me of. I'm like, no, they did not do a throwback to like 1998 with the screensavers. Like, oh my
That's
gosh,
so funny. What does it say?
I don't know which one are you looking at. You can
Oh,
grab a
sorry.
beard and cut it with scissors without seeing it. That's true, but you can't get that close like that. I don't think. Maybe.
A bearded Joker. Oh Lord. Hey, hey, didn't you see me in my with our Rumble? Come on. I thought I looked good as a
You
bearded
did pretty
Joker.
good. Yeah.
It was pretty neat.
That's a lot of
Pretty fun.
dedication.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Man, that stuff stank.
Oh, it
Don't
does.
yeah, that hairspray stuff. Oh my
Yeah, it
gosh.
does.
It smells like almost like spray paint and I was like gagging. So when you do this stuff, make sure you kind of wear a mask, get like a paper or something and cover certain parts so that you're not spraying your whole face.
Get you an inside the
I
booth
learned a lot.
mask. There we go, Dan. I found a
That's right.
use
That's
for it.
right. That's right. I learned a lot doing that makeup. I said, okay, next time this is how I'll do it. Dave says it was pretty wicked looking, Dan. Thank you.
I just
Thank
want to
you.
know why he's yelling your name in the chat, though. It was
Oh,
like, it was pretty
oh,
wicked. Look,
capital.
Dan.
It's pretty looking.
Dan.
Dan. Dan. Speaking of screensavers, I miss screensavers. Got an old soul, and now I'm on Tabitha's level. Yeah, you know what my favorite screensaver was
The
back?
stars.
No, 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 no.
Oh.
My favorite screensaver. I don't know if you can ever find this on the internet somewhere or something, but in high school, well, kind of, it was high school, like eighth, ninth grade. It's when I saw it, and one of my teachers had screensavers on their computer and stuff, and the one that was most popular was the one where Barney is on there. He goes doo 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 doo. Then all of a sudden you hear pow, pow, pow. See gun holes in Barney, and he falls over, and he does it again. Doo 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 pow, pow, pow.
I
And
don't
it kept
know that
going
one at
and going
all.
and going. It was like shooting Barney or something. It was funny. I thought it was the best.
I have never heard of that one.
JT,
Why,
why are we
why were
yelling?
you
I don't know.
yelling? Whitey was yelling at us first, so we're just
Yeah,
reciprocating.
Tabitha loves picking on me. Tabitha.
I do. He's fun to pick on. He's a great guy.
What does it say? Well, you see, Dan, you pulled bearded Joker off well, which rarely anyone can do that. I heard Tabitha using her Batman voice as she said,
Wear an inside the booth mask. I didn't realize using it might. It's probably because I need to cough and clear my throat, so it might got a little bit gravelly.
loud noises. Bite inside the boob basket. Oh, sorry. I'll do that. Thanks, Batman.
I'm a dude now.
Because I'm Batman.
R2
Um,
loud noises.
yeah. So, so now we got music
Music.
score.
I'm gonna go really quickly on this.
Yeah,
It
go ahead. You
was
go
fitting. I liked it. It's nothing memorable. I'll give it a point.
first. Yeah, you know
It,
what? I
it
liked
fit.
it. I liked it too. It did fit. It did fit, and I did like the score.
Nothing
It was
fancy,
pretty
but it
cool.
fit.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't too fancy. It was almost like regular score for any old movie. You know,
Yeah,
um, made the exciting scenes sight exciting. Made the
right. Made the dark scenes creepy. Made the
and the sad
dramatic scenes
scenes.
dramatic.
Yeah, exactly. I like the end where the African witch doctor brings Quartermain back to life.
Yeah.
And the earth is shaking.
Yeah, and the
um,
clouds roll in really quickly, and all of a sudden fire shoots out of the ground, and
yeah, yeah.
it's pretty
And you
cool.
know he's coming back all because
Because the
in
earth
the
was
beginning
shaking.
of the movie,
Right.
you see the graveyard and it says
Mhm.
Quartermain on it, and he's looking at it like, this is gonna happen again. You know, you can see that in his face, like, I died once already. I guess I'll have to do it again.
Because he, well, in case anybody doesn't know, he was blessed by a witch doctor that Africa would, how did that go? Africa would never see him die or something like
Yeah, or
that.
something like that. Yeah.
And so he died, but when he got buried in Africa, he rose on the third day. Um, maybe it was the fourth. I don't know.
With something, he rose again,
He rose
like
again.
Jesus, but not as good. Wasn't as epic. Settle down now.
Calm down.
Yes. Heard a composer. What would I make the music sound like?
Director, just make
Director.
it
Just
generic.
make it generic. Composer
Won't be winning
would be
any
winning any awards again.
again. Won't be winning any awards again. I have to say, I wonder about that with some films. Like, this is a nice film, right? But
Yeah.
why is it that this film isn't like The Matrix or Lord of the Rings? Why is it that the music isn't impressive? Why do we have these movies that are good enough to watch, but they're not necessarily going to be the movies that people talk about 20 years from now? Like, what are directors thinking when they're and producers when they're making these movies? Do they just sit around and say, I'd like to make a movie, but I like kind of like that post, but I just want it to be, generic. I just want it to be likable, not
Right.
memorable. Like,
Right.
who's doing this? Dan
Right.
looks like a DJ.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. I'm gonna start. Wicka 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 what?
I think you have that confused with a hype man.
Wicka wicka wicka.
Nice.
Tis
Let's
but a
get ready to
scratch.
rumble. Exactly. You're more like a hype man. You're like that one guy. Oh, I forget his name. Does all the
Hey, this is
boxing matches.
DJ Dan coming to you live from 101.7
101.7 WITB.
WITB. Should I say that?
Try
Hey,
it.
this is DJ Dan coming to you live from 101.7 WITB. Coming up
Nice.
next, we got this awesome music from this movie,
That's
Generic.
generic. Yes.
Dan, you're too white for
Too
that,
white
sir.
for
Oh,
that.
the
I don't
wiki.
know.
Where's the
Eminem can
wiki?
work it.
Well,
Dan just needs
exactly.
some practice. That's all.
I just need some practice.
Just practice.
We're yelling again. Wolfman Dan. Yes.
We're not yelling. We're just speaking in caps locks. That's all.
This is your DJ Wolfman Dan. Ow!
I mean, it works.
That's right. Yeah, can you pull the Wolfman Jack voice? Wolfman Jack voice. What is that? I don't
I
know what
don't know
that
what that
is.
is.
What's the Wolfman Jack voice? Can anybody help me out? Anyways, you guys are too funny. Mike
Michael Buffer.
Michael
Let's
Buffer.
get ready to rumble. Yeah.
Oh, right. I actually almost thought I said Michael Bublé for a second there before. I had to look at it again. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel.
Wow, that was such a like a 1967 Gregory Peck kind of mood right there. You know, just kind of
That's right.
sing a little song, just kind of stop, take a swig.
That's right. That's how I roll. All
That's
right.
how we roll. All right.
So
So,
I'll also give the music a point,
okay.
just because it does fit.
Yeah, it
Dan,
works.
you're killing it.
Dan, you're killing it.
More yelling.
Use inside voices, please.
Um. So now off to the allegory, the best part of Inside the Booth when we talk about Jesus. Um. Anyways, allegory. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I want you to go first. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm curious too, because
He's like, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to say either. I'm curious to know. You're talking like you're in the
I like.
third person.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I think Sean Connery's character, I think, did it the best. He had that son father thing going with him and Tom Sawyer there, and then uh, obviously he dies, he rises again. That's Jesus all the way. And what else?
Yes,
Him
Dan. What
him
else?
teaching. Him teaching is Tom Sawyer about life, basically. It's hinted in the movie. It's not really there where he's like, you know, the dialogue's not all there, but it's hinted in the movie where he's teaching Tom Sawyer some of his stuff as like a father son dynamic. What are we laughing at?
Archie's getting on your case.
Yeah,
He's like, you should have done your homework.
yeah. You watched this an
He's
hour
like, you
before
had
the show
time to
started.
think about this.
Yeah, and I honestly, when I was watching it, I was just kind of dozing off. So it's
Shameful.
my bad. Shame
But
on
he
me.
loves this movie or likes this movie.
I do like this movie.
It's
It
enough.
is a
It's
good
likable
movie.
because it puts me to sleep. You know, I think we
No,
all,
no, no, no. I
I
like
think we
that.
all have movies like that in our reserve though.
Now, let me tell you one thing.
Hmm.
If it's the first time of me watching a movie, I'll never fall asleep. Hail to the
The Gilk Man.
Gilk Man. Is that supposed to be like milk, but not milk? It's Gilk.
I
Gilk
think it
Man.
might be part of his last name. I see him on Twitter.
Oh, do you? Oh, well,
Mhm.
welcome, Gilk Man, if that's your last name. Um, if not, sorry. I mean, if it is, sorry for making fun of it. Like
We do
Miak.
that around here. We shame
Yeah,
people and then apologize later. You know,
yeah, Miak.
I don't know why
Giak
you said
Man.
that.
I
I
know.
don't.
Ernest
Little
Scared
surprises, Dan.
Stupid. Miak.
Scared me
Miak. Ernest
from
Scared
what?
Stupid.
Oh God, I would never watch it. It was too scary
Oh,
for
you've
me.
never watched? It was too scary for you. Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. So I was gonna just call him Giak Man instead of
Yeah.
Milkman.
Milkman.
Instead of
Oh my,
Gilkman. Sorry.
oh my gosh.
Anyways, thanks for coming. Hail to you as well.
Yeah.
We got.
Thank you.
All right. So what was I saying? Yeah,
Jesus and Father.
there is Jesus, and there's that father son dynamic, and then everybody was sad when he passed, but what they don't know is he's gonna come back to life, um, and do it all over again. They're gonna use him again in 1940 something, so they can use him in World War II.
Okay.
All right,
You give
Quarterman.
that a. Do you give it a point?
I don't know. You go first, and I mean you go second, and then I will.
You're
I'll
basing your
see if
point
yours is
system
good.
off of my opinion. I see
Yeah,
how that
I'm
works.
gonna do. I'm
Okay.
gonna do some of your opinion. Just want to see what you come up with, and then I'll see if I like. Oh
All
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Get my brain rolling. You know what I mean?
Okay. Y'all ready for this? Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So I'm kind of doing a little bit of the reverse. You were saying that father son dynamic. I'm looking at
Mhm.
more as the Bible talks about how the youth should look to the elders for wisdom and
Right,
advice. And so
right.
Tom Sawyer kind of does that in this film, looking to Sean Connery, and that's it's in the Bible, it's in the book of Proverbs about, and even in the New Testament, I forget exactly where. I think it might be one of the Corinthians, where it's the elders are to teach the younger, and so I mean he was passing on knowledge, and that's an important aspect of life, is that young people shouldn't
Hmm.
be so quick to dismiss what people that have experience in are trying to tell them. One of the hardest things as young people that we have to really struggle with is, and all humans, but especially when we're young, is patience. you know
Hmm.
that things take time to cultivate and to learn, and so
Oh yeah, when
you
he's doing the shooting thing, you got to be.
yeah,
Ah,
you
that's
kind of
good.
see
Yes, yes.
you
See,
you see that
okay.
progression, and that finally it pays off in the end. The guy's like, he's too far away, and he's like, take your time,
Yeah,
settle into it. And so
yeah.
that's
You
kind
can
of
do
what
this.
I was looking at it from that aspect. I didn't really look so much as it as, I mean, you could. I wasn't looking so much at it as Sean Connery's character was like Jesus, but more of like an instruction,
Right, right,
a
right.
lived instruction of what the Bible is trying to teach us about. Pay attention to people that have come before you. They have learned a thing or two. And
Yeah,
if they have gray hair, that the Bible is talking about how it's a crown because it's experience, it's
crown on their
wisdom
head. Yep.
most of the time, and that young people most of the
Except for
time.
my gray hairs
Sometimes it's
that
just
are coming.
stress,
I don't
right?
know if you can see it.
But
Yes.
that yeah, you should learn from the aged people. It's a biblical
Hey,
principle
what's up,
that we're meant to.
Scurf Shuttlebutt Podcast?
Hey!
That's Row, isn't that correct? Row,
And they
R O.
had R2 on there and Maria.
That's right. What's up?
Where's
What's up?
Maria, by the
Thanks for.
way? She should be here.
Yeah, she should be here. It's a Tuesday, right? Isn't it Sundays that she can't really make it most of the time or something like that? I don't remember.
I don't know. I just thought it was
Maybe
funny. You're like,
she's
it's
becoming
Tuesday, right?
busy.
And I'm like, it is Tuesday.
Yeah.
You're right, Phil. He was trying to cheat off of me. That's true. And Ada, what's up? We did.
Ado.
We shouted you out, Ada. We were shouting to the heart, but you were to
That's right.
blame because you
Yep.
gave love a bad name. Now that Dan
Is
knows what that is.
sorry, I'm super late. He says that's
That's
okay.
okay.
I
I
thought
mean,
this
Whitey's even
movie,
here before you, Ado.
right, was one of the 10 plagues. Wasn't the fifth one where they forced everyone to watch this movie?
Take it R2 wasn't a fan.
Yeah. It was called. I thought that one was the Mummy, or with the plagues. This
Yeah.
did have kind of this Sean Connery's character and Tom Sawyer's character kind of does have the Mummy feel to it, or a Indiana Jones type feel to them. It's
Well, that's just because Sean Connery was in Indiana Jones.
That's true. That's true. I
Yeah.
actually that's probably one of my favorite Indiana Jones movies
Oh
is that
yeah,
last one
yeah.
there.
I love it, Junior. Oh, don't
Yeah,
call me
Junior.
Junior.
Don't call me that.
Yes, they did, and
Everybody's
Brendan
saying, Yo,
Fraser's
Ro,
Mummy.
Dave.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Emotep, yeah.
Emotep.
Emotep.
Kind of like Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Have you ever seen The Mummy, Dan? With Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz and John Hannah?
I like the Mummy, yeah.
I love that.
Those mummies, I like them.
Those are
The
white
new
light.
mummy with that lady and
Tom
that
Cruise.
science guy, Tom Cruise. Yeah, I don't like that movie.
Bill
That's
Nye, the
dumb.
science guy? I didn't know he was in an
No, no.
action movie.
Well, he's a Scientologist. Tom Cruise
Oh,
is.
right.
That's why I said science guy. Sorry.
Oh, okay. It's like, I don't know that he's a science guy. Okay,
Right.
Scientology, right. Yes.
Yep. There you go. We called the dog Indiana. That's right. 1999 Mummy was so
So
good. Yes, it
probably my
was.
favorite film. If I had
One
to
of
narrow it down
Yeah.
to
If I had
just
to
one,
narrow it down, yeah, it'd be the 99 one.
Like
1999 came out with some good movies,
good stuff.
They
Yeah,
did.
that's right.
Scientology
R2.
equals Illuminati. Yes, you're absolutely correctly right. Kind of.
I feel
Yes.
like this is our
Under
unofficial kind of handshake, you know, here on
handshake.
inside the.
Got to make it more diamond. Get your hiker's thumbs up. There you go.
Okay, I'm fancy Dan. I'm an artist. Okay,
Oh, okay. So you like you that's more of a spade, isn't it? Hey, the spades.
we'll call a
The
spade a
spade.
spade.
I got a hitchhiker thumbs too. How isn't that fun? Deep.
What are hitchhiker thumbs?
It's where your thumbs bend back like that, like yours and mine. That's what that's what they call
Is it
hitchhiker
just
thumbs.
me, or your thumbs look weirder than mine? This
Yeah.
one bends more than the other one.
Now we're looking
Never
at
noticed.
thumbs. Everybody, look at your thumbs.
Never noticed that about my thumbs before. It's the campfire
Scientology.
symbol. That's right.
Yep,
There are
yep.
two. It's the Illuminati campfire symbol.
Campfires. There you go. We just need you know
I see you.
the sticks on the bottom. Anyways, wisdom is the age and understanding and length of days. Job 12:12.
Mhm.
Very nice. Very
Yeah.
nice. Thank you.
So, Dan, after hearing my allegory, my, what I thought about, what I took time to think about,
Oh, well, that's good.
as opposed to you over there whipping it out of nowhere. But I'm just kidding. So, after hearing what I had to say, how would you rate the allegory?
I'll give it a point because now I'm thinking about like the allegory with the pirate there, and he's like, when Quartermain was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I called you a pirate," and he was like, "Well, I was too formal to say I wasn't," Kind of, they kind of made a bond. Um, you
When
know
was
which
it?
pirate? Captain Nemo there when he was
Oh,
talking to
oh
Captain
yeah.
Nemo.
Okay.
They made a bond, so like that forgiveness was in there. Saying okay, he's not as bad as I thought he was, or something.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. When they were introduced. Okay, you're right. I am
introducing,
going to
yeah,
give it the elusive half point because I wasn't watching this movie for allegory.
yeah. I'll give it a point though. I'll just give
Yeah,
it that point.
you do.
Just yeah, because that's cool. A wise son hears his father's instruction, but a scoffer does not listen to rebuke. That's
Hmm.
true. Proverbs 31. 1.
Yeah.
Amen. JT.
Oh yeah, I
A
know.
few
I know
verses
the
for
verses.
Tabitha.
Like there's length. Yeah.
Yeah, so when he was just saying those verses
Yeah.
for you when you were
Appreciate
talking
it.
about your thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
See,
good.
Dan, I get Bible verses for my stuff. Look at that. What you got? What you bringing to the table?
I
Bringing
love
all that
Jesus.
Jesus in there. Can't
I
even
love
back it up with a
Jesus.
verse.
Can't even- well, I can back up me loving Jesus with verses.
It's not the same thing. Doesn't count.
Oh man, the heck! All right.
I'm gonna call Phil out right here. He's cracking dad jokes, which in essence makes him cracking some boomer jokes.
Oh, why?
Ergo,
What'd he say?
he's turning into a boomer. He said, "I also heard that when you get your wisdom teeth in, that it's a sign of wisdom, but he hasn't gotten his wisdom teeth in, so that means that he's not wise yet." That is like one of the
That's so
yeah.
funny.
That is
Yelling.
that is a dad joke, which means it's a boomer joke, which makes Phil.
That one. Yeah. Oh no, not that one. The one above it. Yes, that one. Uh,
I'm reading R2's over here. I created a cheap version of Alan Quartermain. I named him Roger Half Secondary. I like it though.
yeah.
It's TD. He's in the house. Well, he's wrapping things
TD.
up, I think, TD.
That's right. Guess who's in the house? TD.
He's
Thanks for
the guy that
joining
shows
us
up
at the
late just
end.
because that way he can say, I made an appearance and then leaves.
There you go. That's it. Sometimes that's all you need, Make an
That's what I aim to do
appearance,
most
say
of the time.
hi,
Yeah,
vanquish the like button,
that's right.
leave a comment. Don't forget everybody who's in the comments of the live show, leave comments in the after live show, because it'll
In
help.
the non-live show.
That's right.
Well, so this movie got an 8.5.
Sweet, which is a lot better than a 6.5.
This is true, or an 8.
Yeah, that's right.
I did not, Dax. I don't know what you thought I said, but I did not say
She said,
STD. Why would I
"Oh,
blurt
she
out
said
S?
it's TD." So
It's
it's
STD.
blurted out STD. She meant her it's what kind of got mixed in with the TD. I
Uh,
think it's
that would have
the
been Dan if Master of the TDS showed up. We've all done it.
That's right. We've all done it. Yep, that's right. That's right. Darn dyslexia. She's fun though.
She's. You mean he's a dude?
I said dyslexia. Darn dyslexia.
I thought you were talking
Dyslexia
about the
is
Master of the TDS.
No,
I'm like,
no,
I
no.
felt like that State Farm commercial. I'm like, well, she's a dude.
JT, yes, right. Just
It,
like she said it, just like that. It's STD.
oh, did I pause? I blame technology for
I-
that. I'm
yeah,
just gonna
that's
say it
right.
was technology
It was the
pausing me.
internet. The internet kind of paused it a little
That's
bit.
what it is. That's my
That's right.
story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's why I dropped out and I came back. That's what it is.
Yes. You know, not that he had to run away and was like, I can't handle these people anymore. They're so mean.
Yeah, that's right. 'Cause I think you were talking about hair or something. Something about the plot and some
Yeah.
lady's hair that was changing
I
all the
kept
time.
changing.
I didn't like it, so I had to leave.
Right. Yeah.
Blame it on the
He's
lag.
like, that one topic we can't talk about here when I'm around.
Right.
So
That's right.
blame it on
Lulu
the
says,
lag.
blame it on the lag.
Oh,
I'm going to start hashtag the lag.
blame it on the lag.
That's
I
right.
like it.
Hashtag blame it on the lag. Ah, that's fun. So, you said 8.5. That's great. So, this movie is a pretty decent movie. So, go watch it, guys. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. If you have seen it,
Watch it again.
watch
Or fall
it again.
asleep like Dan.
Fall asleep. No, okay, this is what I was going to say about the whole sleeping thing. If I see a movie for the very first time, I can't fall asleep, right?
Right.
Or if I'm watching a TV show, I can't. I don't know, something wrong with my brain. I can't fall asleep.
Well,
But
no,
if
you're
I see
interested
it,
in what's going to happen.
but if I see it 2, 3, 4, 5 times,
Yeah.
after like the fifth time, I can just like let it play, and I just because I already know what's going on, I guess,
Right.
or something. I don't know.
Right.
Like Lord of the Rings, I've watched it hundreds and hundreds of times, and sometimes I put it on just to fall asleep because
Yeah.
I can.
But I usually end up not falling asleep because I'm still just as into the movie as I was back in the early 2000s.
All right. Let's just say this: what is your favorite Lord of the Rings movie out of the three? The movie, not the books. The movies.
Fellowship. Fellowship.
Cheers to that then, because that is mine as well. Yeah.
But I really, honestly, I don't look as the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I really don't look at it as three different movies because they flow so, for me, they flow so perfectly in sync with one another. If you're asking me what is my favorite movie, I will tell you it's probably The Mummy or Miss Congeniality. But like, I really think of it almost as Lord of the Rings is my favorite. But I know that people won't classify it as that because they think of it as three movies. But I really think of it as just one big movie. I mean, I'll watch.
It is
the whole
basically
thing.
one big movie. When they filmed it, they were filming basically everything all at once, But they had to get the first movie out first, so they kind of had to film more of that before they filmed other stuff.
I've watched that movie. I've watched that. See, when I say movie, I mean all three of them. Like I've watched all three of them in one day, like several times.
Yeah. The extended version, right?
Always the extended version.
Always the extended version.
Oh yeah.
Phil says that he can't get through one
Oh,
one of those movies earlier in the chat. He said he couldn't even get through one of those movies
dude,
in a day.
no,
Uh, he
it's
falls
terrible.
asleep. Return of the King is his favorite.
Yeah.
Tim Stock's favorite
I mean,
because
there's
the
just so
epic
many
scene where
epic scenes
Gandalf
in this
shows up. Yeah,
series.
no,
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
I
I
agree.
think that's my brother's favorite too. Is Return of the King.
There are so many things about each one that I love. That's why it's
Yeah,
hard for me
me
to
too.
say which one's my favorite. So I just kind of combine them. But if I had to, I'd say The Fellowship of the Ring because I love getting to know the characters in the beginning. I love the intensity of
Yeah,
not knowing what's really going to happen. So that's why I usually pick the first one.
right. Tabitha, where's the magic punch super mug at?
Oh, my giant bottle that I had.
Oh,
It's
oh, there.
downstairs. I was like, I don't have a giant super mug. What do you got? Yeah, yeah, I got you.
Whitey's asking, what's the name of
Helm's
that
Deep
area? Helm's
or
Deep,
Minas
yeah.
Tirith, or is
Castle
it
Day.
Minas Tirith?
Minish Tariff.
Okay.
It's me, Sean Connery. Just saying goodnight. Um,
By the way,
yeah,
there's a
so
reason that this movie is called A League of Extraordinary Gentlemen because they're gentlemen. There are no campfires in this movie, so it's not about manly men. Just saying.
they're gentle. They're
They're
gentle.
gentlemen. They're gentlemen. They're gentle
It's
persons, not
yeah,
manly persons.
that's right. I can't exactly narrow it down to which movie is my favorite from Lord of the Rings. However, I love the music
Yes.
that is associated with
Oh yeah.
Rohan.
That dude
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
violin.
No, the music is great to
Oh
those
yeah.
movies. Those are epic. That's epic music stuff right
Oh yeah.
there.
That's why I'm saying I don't
This is
understand films
generic.
like this one. I don't
Why they
understand when
don't have
people.
something more epic, more
Why is it that
more
there are some
memorable? Yeah,
films that they just don't seem to put quite as much effort into?
right.
I don't
Something that
understand that.
might.
Like if I was making a film, even like this, I'd be putting everything I had into it to make it
Right,
exceptional, not
right.
just
Well,
mediocre or acceptable. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. I'm
well,
not sure
that's. I
what
think that's the
drives that.
difference, right? I think that's the difference between people like us compared to millions of dollars Hollywood studio people. Where
I
we
guess.
want it to be the best of the best because who knows, we'll never ever be able to make
Right.
another movie again or something. They're like, oh, the next movie will be better. Well, the next one.
I guess. But it just I don't know. Oh well, anyway.
Yeah,
8.5, everybody. That's what Inside
that's
the
right.
Booth officially rates this movie.
8.5. That's right. And yeah, and don't forget, everybody, go visit InsideTheBoothTV.com, where
Get you
merchandising,
a mug.
merchandising, merchandising is where all the money of Inside the Booth is made.
Yes. And
Uh,
we appreciate everybody who's bought merchandise thus far. Buy some more.
yes, that's right.
Go get some more.
That's right. Go get some more. We got mugs, koozies, hoodies, neck gaiters, t-shirts, and other stuff. I think my brother did a iPhone
Oh,
case
iPhone
thingy.
case. Cool.
Yeah, I think he did. Uh, inside the Muth.
Inside the Booth.
Did I say Muth or Booth? I must have muffled it like Sean Connery does. It's inside the booth. Everybody, this is Sean Connery here.
Whitey would buy
Go to
merchandise, but he
inside the
can't fit in the medium t-shirts, Dan.
booth. Then Sean Connery will have to make that happen.
Make that happen. You can also support us on Patreon.
That's right. Oh, yes, yes. Thank you for saying that. Now, listen, everybody. Patreon is where it's going to be at because we're going to start editing things down to be smaller. So, all this extra talk, like we usually like to have fun with doing, won't be in the videos unless you become a Patreon member. And you can become a Patreon member for $1 a month. You can also do it for more than $1 a month if you so choose so because you're feeling generous or you just love us that much. But you can do it for $1 a month, and you'll get access to all those uh, non-edited videos.
All that good
Um,
stuff.
yes, but for the people that obviously do more, we'll have to come up with something different for them as
Oh,
well.
we will.
And we will. That's right. We're just kind of getting used to this whole Patreon thing, since now we have 2 members so far. So
We appreciate you. We see you.
we appreciate all of you. So
We do.
yes, that's right. Whatever, like Dave says, whatever you can afford, guys. That's
That's
right.
right.
Whatever you can afford. It does not matter to us, as long
Prayers
as it's
count too, but they don't pay
yes,
the
right.
bills.
That's right. Prayers count. They don't pay the bills. Just pray that we get more subscriptions. Then if you don't think, like share our stuff out there, tell people about us.
Yes.
That helps as well.
Tell your
If you
friends.
that's right. Tell your friends about us. If you can't, what was I gonna say? If you can't uh, afford to give us like $1 a month, then just
Share the
tell your
videos.
friends,
Yeah.
share it,
Yeah.
like it,
Word of mouth.
subscribe. Yep, word of mouth. Like go through all our videos and hit the like button.
Help the
Um,
algorithm.
that's right. Now, don't forget, everybody. Sketchy Guy got his 100th video today put out
Yes.
there,
Check
and it's a
him
lot
out.
of fun to watch. Check it out because you got Tabitha on there, got my brother on there, and then you got all these cool other guys like Ado and
Oh yeah.
um, who else? The other ones, the cool
The other
other guys
dudes.
on there. Yeah, the other dudes. Um, yeah, and it's a lot of fun. He
Oh,
did a good job doing it.
tell
It
them
was
about our
interesting.
upcoming video or
Oh,
podcast episode.
Sunday, yes, this Sunday, very exciting. We are going to be interviewing. It's going to be me, David, Tabitha, um, interviewing a voiceover lady named Angela Clark.
She's done
And
some cool
she
work.
does, yeah, she does do very cool work. So if you guys are interested in voiceovers and stuff like that, maybe watch us on Sunday, check it
Mhm.
out, see what she does, and learn a little bit about her and her work, and maybe you can network with her and try to get into it if you
She has a
guys.
video on her YouTube channel where I think she was doing voice work for God of War, so that's pretty cool. And I
Yeah.
think I want to say that she did voice work for Mass Effect games, which I am super excited about because I love Mass Effect franchise. So she's done all kinds of stuff, Geico commercials and everything like
Hmm.
that. So come see us on Sunday because that's
That's right.
exciting.
Can this lady do Sean Connery? I'm sure she
We
probably
should
could
ask
try
her.
her
I'm
best.
writing that
That's
down.
right there. That's right.
Can
Right
you
there.
do Sean Connery doing Gandalf the Grey?
And when you come on, you can put
Yeah,
your
ask your
questions up there,
question.
and see what she says. Ooh, Mass Effect.
Ooh,
I
I
love
love.
Mass Effect.
Oh, I
Yes,
do too. Me too, Kaylee. You and me. Yes.
and R2.
And R2.
Yeah,
R2. Like he's special.
he is.
He
He's a
is.
special guy.
He's a very special guy. Him and his wife.
That's right. That's
And
right.
little Spider Man. Tell little Spider Man we said
And
hi
Dax
here
and
inside the booth.
TD and Dax and TD and Phil and Whitey and
Well, I
Ado
don't know that
and
R2 can tell all of them for us. I was just saying.
oh, okay. Ooh, Mass Effect is great.
It-
Everybody likes Mass Effect. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's a great.
Yeah, and that one video that you mentioned, the first one you mentioned there, she's wearing a inside the booth
Booth TV shirt.
T-shirt. Yep, and
T-shirt.
she's got the colorful, she's got the colored original
Oh,
logo,
yeah.
not the sketchy guy one.
She seems like a super cool gal.
Yeah, she is cool. So, oh, I feel so special. You
You
better.
should, R2. You is
That's right.
special in so many ways.
That's right. Anyways, yeah, so that's it. I guess that's it for tonight's show, podcast, uh, whatever you want to call this thing. Okay, question for everybody that's watching: would you
Here it
call this a
comes.
podcast or a show? Wing hugs. Ooh, wing hugs. That's right, R2. We love wing hugs. Avery Cruz, wing hugs. I forgot to do that when he was here. And then I did see my mom was on. She said
Yeah.
hello. Hi, Mom. Sorry I'm late to say hi. And you said you were late, so sorry you were late saying hi as well. Show. Everybody's saying show. So you want to call this a show instead of a podcast? Okay.
Well, I
Um,
mean, it isn't a podcast a
it's
type of show.
I guess, but it's more audio, right? So,
Not
but even
anymore.
though,
They've
yeah, not anymore.
transitioned.
It's yeah, I think so. Um, so what would be the difference between a show and a podcast? Is my question. Podcasts are pre-recorded, not
No, because
interaction
there's
with
live
the listeners.
podcasts. I mean,
Okay, yeah, I would think there's live podcasts, but
they're on
I
YouTube all the
guess that's
time.
I guess the main that's the main difference must be, even though they are kind of merging together
Yeah, I think
now.
it's just evolved. Like it definitely podcasts used to be just audio, like you get them on
Right.
iTunes and stuff like that. But I think it's evolved. So I don't know. I've just been calling
Yeah.
it the
I am
podcast, but it
gonna
is a show. I mean, but I just call it a
right.
podcast.
Yeah, I am gonna try to get us on Spotify as audio only.
Oh,
So
okay.
hopefully that works out.
I'll have to
I
work
don't.
on my voice. I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to ask
I
Angela
have
on
to work
something. Give
on
me some pointers.
mine. Is my
How do you do?
audio
How do you do
voice
your
a good
warm?
one?
That's a question I should ask her.
It's
How do you do your
DJ
warm?
Tabitha,
What?
DJ
What?
Wolfman Dan.
You guys gonna have to come up with a DJ name for me.
That's right. I mean, I guess it could be Dreaming Tabitha, but it'd be
That
cooler
doesn't
to
quite
come up with
have the
something.
hip sound that it
That's
needs
right.
to have.
That's right. I think that podcasts are more associated with audio since it had been that way for so long. Yeah,
True. But I mean, like I said, I've seen so many YouTube videos that are considered podcasts
yeah,
now.
that they're doing
I think it's
podcasts
just
now with. Yeah,
evolved.
right. But I think R2 is right. It's more pre-recorded type style, which we
Yeah.
could take these shows, edit them to make it more podcasty, I guess,
So
and
it
then
looks like
put
we're
them
just
on.
talking to nobody.
Yeah, yeah, basically. Basically, it'd be like, hey, we're not gonna interact with anyone, but that's the fun part of doing this, though. It's interaction. Honestly, my opinion.
Well, if I
The
keep referring to it as a podcast, please don't crucify me. Sorry, guys. It's just kind of up here now.
right.
DJ.
Dax says DJ D tab.
I like DJ Dab. I was,
DJ
you know,
Dab.
he's dabbing for Jesus, you know.
That's funny.
I was
DJ
trying to
Arts.
teach my pastor's daughter. She's 3. I was trying to teach her how to do some dab, and I was trying to do the where you go like this, and then you open your hands and go away. And she wouldn't do that. She knows how to fist bump, but she would never open her fingers. And I'm like, stop being so white. Open your fingers. Like, let's go.
Yeah, yeah. Well, with kids, you got to be like this. Give me a fist pound and then explode.
I did, but she just
Yeah.
still wouldn't open up her hands, and she's just. I'll get
All
her
right,
there.
Tabitha, fist pound. Let's see if we can do it. There you go. Ready? All right, let's try to go faster.
You're gonna have to tell me at what
Almost.
velocity we are going to be going at.
Oh, I don't know. I just like this. Right.
We look so ridiculous. Do some dab,
Yeah. Whitey says pre-recorded isn't as spontaneous. That's true, but with me, it probably would be.
I was
Just
gonna say,
because
give
that's the
us
type of
give us a
person I am.
chance, Whitey. You never
Yeah.
know.
Right. Rap Factor 5.
Yes, Warp Factor 5. That's right. Just like
Yeah.
warp speed, Mister
Yeah.
Data.
Ro, I think you missed it when we handed off the movie to each other. Let's try it again. Ready? Remember, this movie was great. Here, Tabitha, take it.
Let me look at that one more time.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's also rated PG-13. Here you go, Dan.
Oh,
Catch it?
thanks.
Catch
No,
it?
I can't. Yeah. When?
We're
Thanks.
so
Love it.
juvenile. I love it. Hey, that worked out better than we thought. Guys, you don't understand how hard that is.
Especially on this setup here, because it's like,
Reversed.
yeah, it's not looking at a mirror. It's the opposite of
Yeah.
looking at a mirror. Too funny.
Isn't
That's
it
right.
the same because it's reversed in a mirror?
Well, yeah, it's reversed in a mirror, but this is like reversed.
Reverse.
So it's normal, not mirrored. So your right
It's
hand is
totally mirrored because if I
no. A mirror would be like if I went like this, it'd be on this side of me.
yeah. Oh. It's getting late, guys.
Yes,
Oh,
Ro,
we
you
would
can
love
have us on
to.
anytime. We'd love to come on.
We fair
Give us a
warning. This
date.
is who
Yeah,
we are.
that's right. That's right. Give us a date. Give us a time. We'll come on. No problem. We do that. We'll do that. Yeah,
I
R2
don't
said
know
he
this
likes that
word.
idea. Yeah. What word is that? So
D-
Tabitha and Dan are
diet.
a
Yay.
diet in the
And
force.
it's a
Like
Star Wars
like
pun.
is it diet?
That
Like a diet? Like I'm on a diet that I ate it. I ate a die. I'm
force.
confused. Sorry.
Uh,
Sorry that it's a Star Wars pun, but I'm confused about the Star Wars pun.
it's throwing me off. Force diet.
Dyad. Is it the same thing? Oh, is that what it's supposed to be? Dyad? I'm still confused.
It's kind of like somebody from like Mississippi saying "dad died."
That's what it is. That's what it is. Woo! I spelled it weird. Kylo Ren and Ray was
Oh, okay.
in the Last Jedi movie. Okay, right. Or not
I
Last
didn't know
Jedi,
that's what
the
that was
yeah.
called, guys. I apologize.
Right.
I
Okay,
didn't
like
keep
when
up with
we're
the
trying to
lore.
shake hands, or take my hand to see. Can you push it? All
I
right, it's
feel
got to be fingertips.
uncomfortable.
All right, it's got to be fingertips.
It's so weird. It's like
Party on, Wayne. And you got to say, party on, Garth.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've never seen.
um,
Okay.
what
All
is it?
right. That's it. I'm going to have to make you watch it.
Is that
Well,
Wayne's World?
I don't know if yeah, it is Wayne's World.
Okay, I've heard of it, never seen it. So.
I don't know if you should see it. Maybe let me rewatch it and then see if it would be okay for you to watch. So that we
IMDb. I gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm no
So
Bill and Ted. Party on, dude. Excellent. Party on. Yeah.
nano. Yes. Nano. Love it. All right, guys. Thanks for
Keep talking.
coming, everybody.
Yeah.
Like we said earlier, thanks for coming. Love you guys. Have a great and wonderful night. God bless you all. Wing
Wing
hugs to
hugs.
everybody. Woo. By the way, there's a GIF out there for wing hugs. If you
There is.
type it
Use
in,
it. Look for our
that's
wing
right.
hugs.
You use it. That's right. Type in
Bunch
wing
of
hugs. Yep.
dudes wing
That's
hugging
right.
each other.
That's right.
Hugging,
Woo.
hugging each other.
Take you too. Don't know what that means. You too.
Bye.
Yes. Bye, everybody. I guess. Yeah, bye. Amazing stream, like always. Thank you,
Thank you,
Kaylee.
Kaylee. You the
All right.
best.
All right. Yeah. Bye, everybody. Love y'all. Have a good night.